Yes. Thank you. Thank you. One chocolate.
That's great.
Your Holiness, I am Vijay Naik. I'm a journalist. I have very fond memories of meeting you some years back in Dharamshala. My question to you is that when the whole world listens to you, when the whole world listens to you and your advice, why the Chinese are not listening to you? Do you think that there is something missing in your power of persuasion? Thank you.
We have to make distinction. Chinese government and Chinese people, even government, many Chinese officials. I notice there's many retired officials. Like ordinary Chinese, when we met, they really showing genuine warm feeling. And nowadays, every week, I meet some Chinese from mainland China, 15, 20, every week. Whenever we meet these Chinese from mainland China, always tear. So Chinese people, as a people, wonderful. But then this system, political system, not only Tibetan, but also their own people, such as Tiananmen Massacre. You see, the whole system, totalitarian system. I often, you see, telling, when I met some Chinese and some retired officials also, I telling them, 3 or 4 billion Chinese people have every right to know the reality. Once you see, people knows the reality, 1.3 or 4 billion Chinese people also have the ability to judge what is right, what is wrong. So the censorship and distorted information is morally wrong. Oh, Amala, Mataji.
Sorry.
I always refer to her, my mother, Mataji. So she also, you see, her also attitude was me, dear son. Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you. Just you, my son.
So, I think the totalitarian system has not much future. See, the leaders, I think they really desperately fighting how to keep their power. So look, former Soviet Union, and most or many Eastern European countries, you see, they try to keep their sort of totalitarian system, but eventually, you see, since that is very artificial, many party member, outwardly they are faithful party member, but inside different. So how can keep that system, that situation for long? Very difficult. And meantime now Chinese, because economic condition improve, so number of Chinese tourists place that was touring different places. And many Chinese, including many Chinese leaders, their children educating in foreign countries. So things definitely will change. And other side, Tibetan spirit inside Tibet, very strong. Over now 60 years, the hardliner communists, they use various methods, but completely fail to change Tibetan spirit. So therefore, as you mentioned, this single person, you see, quite troublesome for Chinese government. Because the Tibetan people trust me like that. Yeah. Yes.
Your Holiness, I am a journalist from UNI. My question is, would you share with us your visit to Arunachal Pradesh, and do you find government of India is becoming more assertive now and in dealing with the Tibetan issue vis-a-vis China?
I think before my visit take place, I asked concerned Indian ministry. Then government of India say, no problem, go ahead. Then I visited. Then some reaction from Chinese side, quite unusual. So I don't know. So fortunately, while I was in Tawang, no the intrusion way. Very close from Tawang and the border. So if some Chinese soldier come, then I may suddenly leaving Tawang. But fortunately, that not happen. So I think these things, like I think North Korea and America, you see the one way looks very serious, but in reality, nobody dare real sort of fighting. So Chinese also, I feel like that. India, not small country, and military power also now, India, you see, gaining. So therefore, the only thing is compromise, nothing else. So therefore, and then also, you see, the Chinese, when you see think about the conflict with India, they have to think about situation inside Tibet. So then, double sort of responsibility. Firstly, control Tibetan, and facing with the Indian army. Not easy. Like that. So Chinese hardliner consider me troublemaker. So troublemaker, I think, demonstrated as a troublemaker. Okay, next question. Yes? Next question?
Thank you.
Your Holiness, incidentally, the question you have just explained now, the fag end of communism is going to come very soon. I happen to predict in 1969 in one of my books meant for Indian Foreign Service, Indian Administrative Service, specially written on an essay on Czechoslovakia, the rape of Czechoslovakia and after. It happened that the fag end of 20th century will see the fizzling and floundering of communism. It is a good news, it happened. But anyhow, my question is that the means by which we live have outdistanced the ends for which we live. Our scientific power has outrun our spiritual power. And if I add the last line, we have guided missiles and misguided men. How Your Holiness reacts to this phenomena, which is also engulfing the modern world in a big way because of this bastard materialism which we are having on planet Earth?
That's true. As I mentioned earlier, our existing education system is not adequate to bring healthy mind. So therefore, you see, we already involved. And here, some scientists also, you see, have the strong view existing education system not adequate. So just this morning I met some people, and now tomorrow we on roughly finalize, and then after some time, 2-3 months, we greater sort of a conference meeting, then the finalize drafting about curriculum of secular ethics. Then firstly, you see here, I think India, also in many, my friends, they are ready to carry experiment. You see this new curriculum. So it is true, but things are changing now. Many scholars, many scientists now showing because of dissatisfaction about existing education system. Or spiritual.
No, spiritual.
Among the spirituality, is basically two groups. One group, theistic religion, believe creator, and another, the rest of the world religion is theistic. The non-theistic religion, in Indian religion, Jainism, and one part of Sankhyaism, very ancient Indian tradition. Then Buddhism. These three non-theistic religion, no concept of creator, but ourselves as a creator. Okay. Oh, not yet finished. So I always telling people or expressing, once my mouth open, blah, 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 go that. So that is one of my weakness. So now, the non-theistic religion is concerned, particularly Buddhism, as I mentioned earlier. Reason, investigation is key factor for our own practice also, not just prayer, not just shamatha, analytical meditation. Analyze what's the reality. Like quantum physics, very similar. The scientists, quantum physics, just you see, they find something intellectually. We implement that theory. So in order to reduce the power of ignorance, ultimate ignorance. So therefore, now the quantum physics, very similar. However, the quantum physicists now they say, external thing not exist by objectively, but finally observer. It depends on observer. Now the next question, where is observer? A scientist, no answer. Not yet, modern science not yet developed to investigate where is mind or where is self, not yet. So on that level, ancient Indian sort of philosophy, because they already now see things very much depend on observer side. So the observer, some, I think, except Buddhism, I think all religion, including ancient Indian non-theistic religion, also you see accept the concept of Atma, something permanent, previous life to this life, from this life, next life. The Buddha Dharma, Anatma theory, no independent self. Anatma does not mean nothing exists about self. No. But self is designated on the combination of mind and body. And mind and body, also you see, grosser level of mind and body, more subtle level, body and mind, very subtle level, body and mind. So these very detailed explanation there. So now, more and more discussion with scientists. See, number of scientists now really showing genuine interest. Now psychology is concerned. The modern psychology, compare ancient Indian psychology, modern psychology looks like kindergarten level. Ancient Indian psychology highly developed. Now the only problem is you, traditionally our guru, I think neglected about this knowledge.